What's up, guys? We are back and football is back. We're looking at some Thursday Night Football player props over on PrizePicks. These plays can also apply to other apps as well. We're taking a look at these today, though, over on PrizePicks. Let's hop in, get some winners here. We had a great NFL season last year. We've been killing it in the MLB. Let's just stay cashing. But before we get into our plays in today's video, make sure you guys don't miss out in joining the DubClub. You guys can join now literally for free. There's a 2-day free trial for the DubClub down in my description. One reason you should join is that I'm up over $5,000 of profit over on PrizePicks. I'm also profitable on Sleeper, up over $1,300 of profit right there. And I'm also profitable on Chalkboard, Underdog, and Sportsbooks. We had yet another winning day in the MLB yesterday. We were one single play away from the sweep yesterday, so don't miss out. We've been killing it in the MLB. We've also been killing it in the NFL. At least we did last season. Looking to run it right back this season. Don't miss out on joining. It's 2 days for free. You can cancel it anytime. And one final thing before we get into the free plays is that if you want to research player props for yourself, I cannot recommend this tool enough. It's called Outlier. I personally use it for all my player prop research, and you get it for yourself with a 7-day free trial that you can cancel at any time with the link down in my description. You'll see how good this tool is. I'll be using it in this video, so if you want to check it out for yourself, like I said, 7-day free trial is down in my description. With that being said, let's get into these free plays for today. Just play responsibly at your own risk. Leave a like on the video and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. The most important thing, though, is having those post notifications turned on, so that way you don't miss your uploads and you get in before some lines move, bump, get removed, things like that. Let's get into these plays here. The first player prop I like for the NFL season for Thursday Night Football is going to be in the passing yards category. In passing yards, I'm going to scroll down until we find Lamar Jackson over 218.5 passing yards here. So we can see what he's done in his last 5 games here. One of those games does include Kansas City, where they lost in the playoffs. He had 272 against them last season, and he's averaging 233.6 in his last 5 games, but those are all last season. Not super worried about that. Why do I like him for today's game in Thursday Night Football? So you see here that Lamar last season was over in 56% of games. That is 10 out of 18 games, but a lot of those games where he just wasn't really, having too many passing yards, there's a lot of games where they just kind of blew out their opponents or were in lead for most of the games. You can see right here, like against Cleveland, they won 28-3. Lamar doesn't need to throw the ball. You have the Cardinals right there. They were ahead in pretty much the entire game. 31-24. They won only 157. Same thing against Seattle right there. 37-3. Doesn't need to throw the ball that much. That was a lot of games last season. That's kind of why Lamar didn't go over his passing yards. But of course, now they play the Kansas City Chiefs. They are expected to lose this game. They are 3-point underdogs. And in losses last year, he was over in 3 out of 4 games, which again includes that game against Kansas City with 272 passing yards. And in that game where he went under, they only lost by 3 points. And he had more than enough pass attempts to get that one done there. I mean, they had a ton of passing plays right there. He had 31 pass attempts right there, which is more than enough to get it done. He's had only 13 completions before and still been able to get this prop done with here. So one thing in here is that the Ravens are playing from behind in this game, or it is a close competitive game. Either way, Lamar should be throwing the ball a lot more than he has in some of those games where he's gone under in the past. I mean, like I said earlier, they're just blowing these teams out. They're not going to be blowing the Kansas City Chiefs out in this game. I'd be very, very surprised if they ended up doing that. On top of that, they have Mark Andrews back for him today. So Mark Andrews should be back here. Hopefully he's 100% because he did have that car accident that he was in a little bit ago. It was a pretty serious injury or whatever. But he recently did start full practicing again, so hopefully he's going to be 100% in this game here. And with Mark Andrews last year, he was over in 7 out of 11 games. That is 64%. So a pretty big uptake right there when he's playing with Mark Andrews, who should be hopefully 100% in this game. Kansas City will be kind of a tough defense, though. They do allow quite not too many passing yards per game. They ranked 4th last year in passing yards allowed. He proved he can get it done, though, in the past. They only scored 10 points. He still only had 272 passing yards here. So with the game script projected to be them playing from behind and it being a close competitive game, Mark Andrews being back, a lot of different things like that, I think Lamar Jackson goes over his 218.5 passing yards. I think it's a pretty good prop to start off our NFL season. I have 75% of a unit on this one, 0.75 units. Now, before we get into our next Thursday Night Football play, if you're not already on Sleeper, it's one of the best apps out there right now. They have a ton of promos going on right now, especially for NFL kickoff. First off, if you use that link down in my description and promo code DOMG, they will get you a first in deposit match up to $100. Also, we have a Joe Burrow free square on the board, and I believe you also get another free square on top of that when you join if you are a new user. It's available in most states. Check Sleeper out for yourself. Link for it is down in my description. Again, use promo code DOMG. That'll help you guys out a ton and get you guys some bonuses. They also, by the way, have discounts on every single Wednesday and every Sunday. Really awesome. I love this app with all my heart. All right, now let's get into player prop number 2. We're going to head over to a Kansas City Chiefs player prop this time. Get over to the receiving yards category, and in the receiving yards category, I'm going to find Rashee Rice over 61.5 receiving yards here. The issue with playing on PrizePicks this year for player props, especially in the NFL, on these Thursday Night Football slates, Friday Night Football slates, and also Sunday Night Football slates, Monday night, all that different stuff, is that if you try to play 2 overs from the same game, they really limit you this year. So that's why it could be a good idea to join a sleeper, for example, because this only pays out 2.75x. It's really freaking stupid that they do that, and it really should not be allowed, but that's a scam of a payout, just so you guys know. So you can pair these with like different MLB player props. You can pair it with some Sunday plays, things like that. But I probably wouldn't pair these ones together on PrizePicks. I would try to play those on other apps if you have them available. But anyways, Rashee Rice here at about 59.5, 58.5 receiving yards. We've gotten pretty much all over the place here. His line has kind of fluctuated. DubClub was able to get him at 58.5 though. He since has moved up a little bit more, I think. But anyways, if he was at 59.5 receiving yards, if you can find him on some other apps like that, where he's at that, he's available at that on plenty of apps, but he's over in 8 out of 20 games, as you can see right there. And also in games where Kansas City wins, he's had a pretty good track record, over in 6 out of 14. Slight little boost there as well. But also the receivers are kind of dealing with some injuries already. I mean, you have Hollywood Brown who's going to be out. That should definitely put him in a nice little spot here because, of course, they had a lot of guys leave them last year. There's no more MVS on the team. There's no more Kadarius Toney, which kind of opened things up for Rashee Rice because they don't really have anyone else there. They have Travis Kelce to catch the ball, and they have a rookie in Xavier Worthy. He's a rookie. We don't really know how he's going to be yet. Of course, he's a speed demon. I think he's going to be more of a deep threat here, but Rashee Rice is going to be the main guy here. I mean, he's going to have probably 5 to 6 catches in this game. His reception line is at 5.5, and you can see how many targets he got towards the end of last season. I mean, his targets were through the roof once they started dealing with injuries and once he got more involved in the offense. You can just see how he kind of ended last year. 8 and 9 targets in his last 2 games, you can see there in the championship game and in the Super Bowl. And, his receptions were off the charts, too. He had 6 catches and 8 catches in those games. I'm expecting plenty of targets for Rashee Rice with them only having Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce really as receiving options. So like I said earlier, I'm expecting a ton of targets in this game for Rashee Rice. I mean, in the last 10 games last year, he averaged 8.9 targets per game. So I think we can get 6+ targets today for Rashee Rice. I mean, he saw that last year in 9 of his last 10 games. The only game he didn't was when he had 4 catches against Buffalo. He still was able to have 47 receiving yards in that game. So in games last year where he had 6+ targets, he covered this line in nearly every single game. There's only 2 games where he just barely missed that 59.5 receiving yard line. And by the way, he is at 58.5 receiving yards on some other sites. So really he only missed this one in 1 game, right? As you can see there. This is regular season though. This doesn't include the playoff games where he did actually go under the line in 3 of those games you can see there. And he did also have 46 receiving yards last time against Baltimore. I'm really not super worried about that. He still had 8 catches in that game. He just really couldn't break one off. I mean, if he has 8 catches again and he still manages to go under these receiving yards, I would be absolutely shocked. If you are kind of worried about that a little bit though, we could do is just go with the receptions. I mean, his reception line is at like 5.5, I think. Yes, at 5.5 right now. I mean, that looks really, really good to me as well. I just kind of like the receiving yards here a little bit. I think there's a chance he can break one off. Although I do think both props end up hitting. Baltimore is also a pretty solid matchup for receptions as well. So I like both spots there, but my plays are going to be Rashee Rice over 58.5/69 receiving yards. I also like Lamar Jackson over 218.5 passing yards. I like both those props there. Let's hopefully have a good, high-scoring Thursday Night Football game. I'm not done with the free plays quite yet, but one last reminder to join the DubClub. You guys can get in right now with a 2-day free trial. Join for free and cancel at any time. 2-day free trial is available down in my description. My PrizePicks profit is over $5,000, as you can see right there. That's just one reason to join. Also, if you want to research player props for yourself and you like the tool that I used in today's video, it's called Outlier. 7-day free trial for this tool is available down in my description. And final thing here is let's get you some more free plays. This right here is the PrizePicks Optimizer. It shows out some of the best expected value plays in apps like PrizePicks or Underdog. Right now on PrizePicks, there's a ton of value in CSGO, some MLB value, some Marvin Harrison under receptions, and if you click on the refresh button, you get the most up-to-date value plays. So you can see here some of this value did end up changing. But if this tool interests you and you want it for yourself, you really don't have to do any research with this tool. You just click on a button, it gives you some good plays. If you want it for yourself, use the link down in my description, click on the Faces bundle, and then scroll down. Promo code DOMG will get you 25% off. There's also another tool sold separately called the AI Generator. This tool's up over 1,600 units since August 18th. And you can see right here, they have a bunch of different entries that they got going on right now. So right now, there's a 6-pip flex over on PrizePicks. There's some college football, some MLB, WNBA, some NFL. A ton of different value right now on this tool. It has a profit margin of 1.51%, 6-pip flex on PrizePicks. And if you want this tool for yourself, it's up over 1,600 units. Get it for yourself with the link down in my description. This time, click on the AI Generator and then scroll down. Promo code DOMG will get you 25% off. Thank you for watching. I'll see you hopefully in tomorrow's video. Best of luck. If you want to say you made over $5,000 on PrizePicks, watch this video right here.